My iPad is being a little funky. Oh, maybe not funky, literally. Yep. Think we look good? Share to Twitter. I've now, really? Yes. Yeah. Hey, stay awake. Wow, that's really nice. As characters in the book. Yep. Dan does show up chapter 12 and 13. Well, mainly in chapter 13. Oh, yeah. Right now, I can't see anything because I haven't clicked on it. What's it doing? I'm gonna turn this off, the volume. You look good with that? Yep, we're good. Well, I could either wait for someone to come on or just get started. Kids probably want me to just get started, really. To be fair. Yeah. I have started 3 minutes ago only, so. Copy link. Go over to my Discord. Paste. Yeah. Just. Not live streams. I don't think that would be a good spot to put it. It's not a video. It will be after this, but. Might as well. Beauty Hub, because I worked on that. Hop back in. It's gonna refresh everything. I have to go find it again. And maybe I don't need to because it's right there. Yep. Oh, you know. Hello. Think we can start now. And if people come on, they can come on. And yeah, because people just drop in from time to time and think, what's going on here? I'm just reading a book. It's just basically me reading a book the whole time. It's not that big of a deal. I just do it because, yeah, it's easier than just doing a video when I do several chapters. Because then they get pretty big, and people are like, why are they so big? It's because they're novels. There's no other way to do it. Oof. So yeah. I've let people know. If they come in, they come in. If they don't, they don't. Because, well, he is also live. So yeah, that's fine. And yeah, we go to chapter 12. If you haven't read the other chapters, I have a whole playlist of them all. They can be found on my... Like, I have a playlist of Minecraft videos doing the Clockwork plan. And I also have story videos. Gotta wait for the copy thing to go away. The copy stuff. Here is the link to the playlist. If you want to save that, because I'll put all my stories there. That's for book 1. Because I've only read book 1 so far. So yeah. I also have a playlist for Minecraft videos of the map I've been working on. But, yep. Not too much. Yeah. If you want to check it out, you can. You don't have to, though. They're all in there. And yeah. Well, I guess I probably should get started, shouldn't I? Even if... Yeah. Interesting parts. The only major characters that have shown up is the two main characters of the boys. That's Sam and Liam and Stampy. Dan will be showing up very soon. Like, probably in the next chapter. That's why I stopped at chapter 11, because the more dramatic parts are happening in chapter 12 and onward. And I thought it was the perfect place to stop. So, why don't we get started? Yeah. Yep, I got some water. Gonna drink water. Yep. I hate it when auto rotate works like that. Yep. We're still live. We should get going. We should get going. Try to keep an eye on the chat, but because of my vision, it's probably not gonna happen right away. So yeah, let's get started. Chapter 12. I know. A few days had passed, and Stampy was walking around the town with the boy, showing him around his world just as he had promised. He had done his normal routine of eating his breakfast cake and saying good morning to his friends, of course, and his world. It was a beautiful morning, and the cat couldn't imagine not having to wake up every morning to near perfection. But it wasn't all his doing. He had done what he could to get things to be what they were, where they were. But he had never done it alone. He had people helping him, and he liked that. Stampy walked down the path with the boy right beside him, nearing the Pick-a-Pit pet shop, where Fluffy was staying. He thought it would be fair to take her along with them. After all, she deserved to get some exercise for sitting all day, every day, in the shop with all the other animals. Surely she needed a break from them once in a while. But as the cat arrived at the shop, he hesitated for a moment, looking over his shoulder nervously, making sure no one was around. He didn't really like how out of this open and vulnerable he felt, even with the boy there beside him, who is pretty good with a sword. He still felt it. Is everything okay, Stampy? Sam asked curiously. Yeah, everything's fine, the cat said quickly. It'll be better having a dog with us, though. If something is off, Fluffy will know about it. Sam nodded. I see your point. The cat smiled and nodded, walking into the pet shop and telling Fluffy to come with him. Yeah. The dog stood up, wagging her tail as she walked at his heels, following him outside. She certainly looks excited to see you, the boy mused. The cat chuckled. Yeah, I don't spend enough time with her, so this is fair. Sam nodded, and the cat could see that both the boy and the dog were at ease, which calmed his discomfort. He trusted these two to help him, even though today he was supposed to be showing Sam around. He also wasn't sure with his helpers. He also wasn't with his helpers, sorry. My vision is jumping around everywhere. Would the men take the opportunity to attack now? When they had the chance? Did their leader have orders for them to follow? Or were they safe? The cat went on, pushing the questions to the back of his mind as he talked about the town to the boy, giving brief details about each building that he came across. The boy marveled at each of them, impressed and amazed. There's so much variety here. Not two buildings look exactly the same. True. How do you do it? The boy asked. The cat shook his head. I push myself to come up with new styles and ideas. It's like a challenging game, to come up with so many new ideas as I can. Also true. I like the thought of that. But how do you have any time for that? The boy pondered. The cat shrugged and shook his head with a smile. I have my ways. I'm sure you do have some time to come up with these ideas, the boy said with a chuckle. It looks great here, though. So colorful and unique. Nothing like anything I've seen back at home. Is that so? The cat mused. You bet it is, the boy replied cheerfully. Nothing seems to be out of place. Everything has a purpose, a reason for being there. You're right about that, the cat laughed. I can't do his laugh, by the way. They turned another corner, the cat noting that they were nearing Fancy Circle Park. Yep, a park. Sam had joined William to practice in the park fairly early in the morning, and had been helping every day, technically. William seemed to trust Sam to do his best, and the cat appreciated that from him. Perhaps the beaver saw something that he didn't quite see yet. Perhaps he would too. After all, whenever he looked at the boy, he saw the mirror of confidence and determination that reflected off of William's dedication as a helper, and his duty to ensure everyone was safe. loyalty at his finest. But as he walked down the path with the boy, his canine companion, he suddenly heard something in the distance that puzzled him. He hadn't heard a sound like that before. No, wait. Maybe he had. But that couldn't be possible. Sam, do you hear anything? The cat asked slowly, stopping to try to listen harder, to make sure it really was what he thought it was. No, I'm not hearing anything, the boy asked. Shh, listen, the cat said in a hushed tone. They stood there in silence as the sound grew louder and louder. Now, the cat knew what he was hearing. Sound of the rotors to a helicopter. But how could that be possible? He had flown his helicopter so long ago. It had crashed into hit the target's island. He couldn't have managed to build one, could he? Or was there something else that he was missing? Do you know what it is? Oops. Do you know what it is? The boy asked, seeing the look of discomfort and unease on his friend's face. Sam has probably never seen a helicopter before, right, you? It's a helicopter, but not one I made, the cat said with a frown. The last one that was flown over my world was shot down by a hit target with a cannon. Do you think? The boy asked. The cat shook his head. I don't really know if I want to find out. Maybe we should find a place to hide, the boy suggested. Perhaps it doesn't know where we are? Oh, I believe it knows exactly where you are, a voice said from behind them. It's here to collect our leader's next victim. The cat whirled around to see the man that had escaped from them before. But this time, he wasn't alone. There were 2 other men with him, wearing the same outfit. Most likely, a uniform. That won't be happening, Sam said matter-of-factly, extending an iron sword with a look of determination. The man laughed. Do you think you can stop us, boy? You're horribly outnumbered and outmatched. The cat could hear the copter growing even louder. So much for calling for help. His voice would be drowned out by the noise of the rotors. But maybe he didn't have to. Especially if the helper is Saul's machine. They certainly know that something was wrong. That doesn't mean we can't try, the boy said firmly, glancing over at the cat. Are you ready? Stampy nodded and extended his overpowered sword, still feeling nervous. But knowing where the men were and keeping them from capturing him would be great. For as long as they could, at least. I'll give you 2 a warning. If you don't surrender now, I'll make sure my leader knows to increase his punishment greatly. The cat swallowed, but tried to keep the fear that was boiling inside of him down. I'm not afraid of you and your leader. The man laughed. Maybe so, but you will once he finally finished with you. Cat. You have to get to him first, the boy said defiantly, and that won't be happening. You know nothing about us, boy. You surely don't know how we do things around here. The man mused with a smile. Suddenly, before the cat could react, he was grabbed from behind. He cried out in surprise as a hand yanked the sword out of his paws and sent it clattering to the ground. As he struggled, Sam turned towards his friend, crying out in anger as he was tackled from behind by another man. It probably meant that they had snuck up from behind them. Ouch. Yippee! The boy shouted, fighting to get out of the man's grip. The cat struggled against the hole he was in when the man tightened his grip. Take up to the copter, the man in charge replied. We'll make sure the boy stays out of our trouble. Let me go! You can't do this! The boy demanded at the top of his lungs. The cat watched as the man smiled cruelly, feeling himself being dragged backward towards where the copter had landed. Help! The cat cried desperately. Please, someone help! No one can hear you, cat, the man holding him whispered to his ear. Much less will they be able to help you. Sure, you're wrong, the cat said bitterly, feeling the fear and uncertainty overwhelm him. Where were these men going to take him? What would happen to him when he got there? He had to get out of this. He couldn't let these men do this to him. But what could he really do about it? The cat pushed back tears that demanded to come out. He couldn't show the man that he was scared. He had to be brave. But how could he get out of this? No matter how hard he struggled, he was no closer to freedom than when he started. Suddenly, as he heard a shout from ahead, and the cat looked up to see, to his surprise, two figures charging towards him. His heart skipped a beat when he recognized what was under me Sam. How had the boy escaped those men? What was that with him? He was sure it wasn't one of the helpers. They were much shorter than his friends. Sam! The cat cried, and a wave of hope filled him as he struggled harder against the man, who was quickening his pace. We can't let them get to the copter, Sam said, his voice sounding faint, drowned out by the roaring rotors of the copter. They were running out of time. Suddenly, the cat heard a low growl from behind him, and the captor yelped in pain and loosened its grip as the grip on the cat. Stampy took his chance to yank himself away from the man. Falling to the ground, he scrambled to get away from him. The cat looked to see Fluffy growling at the man as the man took a horrified step back. Suddenly, the cat noticed an arrow was just over Fluffy's head. He cried out in fear. Oh no! Leave her alone! Sam shouted as he threw something at the shooter, who was by the copter. The dog stepped back as the boy and someone else, about his age, stood in front of the cat. What is the meaning of this? The man snapped. How did you escape? I had help, the older boy said. Shouldn't underestimate my friend's helpers. The man laughed. You call him your friend? He's nothing to you. He doesn't deserve you. That's what you think, the other boy said. Whoever messes with my brother or his friends has to deal with me. The man laughed again. All you are to me are two pathetic boys that are in my way. Now stand down or I'll have my men come and do it for you. He won't be gentle. Gasped in horror as 6 men walked out of the black copter that was 3 times the size of the copter he had made. Which was kind of tiny, if you remember. On the side of the copter was a blue clock that looked to match the description that the boy had told him days earlier. Sam seemed to have made the same connection as he stood taller. If I were you, I would leave now. What? What can you do to stop me? The man taunted. What makes you say I have to do anything? The boy asked, raising an eyebrow. And as if on cue, snowballs began flying through the air, straight over the men's heads. It's an interesting phrase to say. As he cried out, the cat watched it in both surprise and amusement as the bird retreated into the copter, and it began to fly upward and away. I knew they could be scared of snowballs. The snowballs not too far behind before the men were gone. The cat wanted to laugh, but he was too surprised and shaken by everything that had just happened to do so. He was just glad that he was okay. He'd been rescued just in time. The cat heard a whine beside him, and he looked down at Fluffy, wagging her tail slowly. The cat sat up. I don't know how that works. And petted her, scratching her behind the ears. I assume you want to go for help? The dog barked and licked his face as the cat laughed. And thank you, Fluffy. You are such a brave girl. And she is, Sam agreed, and the cat looked up to see the boy looking down at him. Behind him was the other boy, talking to Polly, who had jumped down from the hiding spot on the roof. Are you okay? I'm fine, the cat replied with a smile. Thanks to you guys. Sam nodded and held out a hand. Let me help you up. The cat smiled again and took the boy's hand and got to his feet. Fluffy is still protectively at his heels. The cat looked over to where the copter had disappeared off to. I guess you were right after all. Sam nodded. I'm just glad Liam came with help. I don't know how they found us, but I'm glad they did. We were sent here, the other boy said, by a friend of yours. Of mine? The cat asked in surprise. Who? You could probably ask who. The younger boy hesitated, looking around before looking back at the cat. We can't stay here. The others are probably waiting for us. You're probably right, Sam said with a nod. Still, I have a lot of questions, the cat went. Liam nodded. I'm sure you do, but I think Eli will be able to answer them for you. Eli? The cat asked, confused. He is the leader of the cause, Sam said, matter-of-factly, to protect the YouTubers, like you. Wow. The cat replied, looking over to the younger boy, who was nodding to what his brother had said. And I guess he's the person to talk to. Sam chuckled. Yeah, let's go. Sam nodded. Who am I talking about? The cat nodded and followed the two boys back the way they had come, his thoughts swirling with hundreds of new questions. He wasn't sure what ones he wanted to ask first, or if he was even allowed to ask any questions. Suddenly, he felt a hand on his shoulder, or pressure. Technically, Polly doesn't have hands. I wasn't trying to word that. And looked to see Polly walking beside him. The cat smiled gratefully. Sounds pretty good, what you did back there. She nodded and held out a snowball and smiled. The cat chuckled nervously. Yeah, I guess they have been around long enough to have heard about your secret weapon. Really? Sam asked, looking over his shoulder with intrigue. I thought she didn't like to fight. She would never hurt a fly. The cat assured him. But that doesn't mean that there are any rumors about some secret move or two. Does it have to do anything to do with the target? The boy asked. The cat chuckled. It has everything to do with hit the target. This is funny. Well, it saved us, Liam replied matter-of-factly. I guess those men weren't willing to take any chances. We're not. I guess you're right, the cat replied quietly. Is there something wrong? Sam asked with concern. I got a runny nose. The cat shook his head slowly. No, I'm fine. I suppose I'm just recovering from that attack. I can understand that, Sam said with a smile. But we did it. We stopped those men. Yeah. But could it have been any less terrifying? The cat asked. Sam shook his head. I'm not sure, Stampy. The cat nodded, looking up to see that they were approaching 3 more figures. 2 of them whom he recognized as Biddy and William. The other, and another man that he didn't recognize. The man was tall and had short, light brown hair and bright green eyes. The man smiled in their direction. I had double space. Oh no. I won't worry about that too much. The direction when he spotted them. It was a friendly smile. You must be Eli, the cat said when they came close enough to the others. And you must be the one your friend sent us after. Eli said with a nod. I'm Stampy Cat, but everyone calls me Stampy. The cat said with a welcoming smile. It's nice to meet you, Stampy, the man replied. And by the looks of it, you managed to get out of that unharmed. Luckily, the cat said with a sigh. How did you come to find us? I was told that the cause didn't know where we were, that we were here. Oh? Your friend told us something that helps us find it easier. Oh, here's the kicker. It is the only lovely world he has ever heard of. Maybe not. I suppose you do have a point, but you still haven't told me who this person is. It's better not to until you're at the safe house, Eli said with a frown, in order to keep everyone safe. Oh, okay, the cat said, nodding his head. That makes sense, I guess. Do you mean it isn't safe here for him? Sam asked, looking over at the other two helpers, William looking alert, but not showing any emotion. I'm afraid it isn't, the man replied. Those men won't stop until they get to you, Stampy. Safe house will make sure you're well protected, and that the men can't find you. You're sure there's no other way? Cat asked sadly. I've talked with your helpers about this. Well, best I could, the man said. They don't want you to be in more danger by staying here. Trust me, it was a hard choice for them to make, but they want you to be safe. We can make sure you are, till it's okay for you to return home. But when will that be? Cat asked, feeling a wave of emotions filling him. He felt sad, unsure, and scared. What if he was never able to return home? What if he was going to be on the run for the rest of his life? Could he live with that? I'm sending the boys with you to make sure you get there safely, Eli clarified, seeing the expression of worry on the cat's face. I will stay here for a few days to make sure your world is safe. Just only for a while, once we can get this all figured out. I don't know, the cat said slowly. He felt a hand on his shoulder and looked down to find Sam looking up at him, seeing a look of understanding on his face. He knew what it felt like to leave everything and everyone, and he was doing it again, just for him. And if the helpers were okay with it? Are you sure? Cat asked his helpers, looking towards them, wanting to see it from them. Of course. He watched as each of them nodded, and he noticed William glance over at the boy, saying nothing, but the cat knowing that it would be okay. Adjustments are being made. Here. We won't let anything happen to you, the older boy replied. Trust me. My helpers most certainly do. The cat smiled sadly, receiving more nods from his helpers before looking away, not wanting his friends to see him cry. He didn't want to cry, but wasn't sure what he wanted. He wasn't sure what he wanted, but he had to trust these people. They knew more about these men than he did. He had no choice but to do this and hope he would be back soon. He turned to where Fluffy stood at his heels. You can't come with me, Fluffy. The cat heard her whine and protest. The cat smiled and shook his head. I need you here to make sure everything is okay. I promise I will come back when this is all over. The dog whined again and walked over to the helpers, standing beside them, her brown eyes looking sad and hopeful. The cat swallowed, keeping back more tears that sprung to his eyes. He didn't want to cry. He couldn't. He knew that he knew he'd see them again. He had to hold on to that. He needed to. Is it okay if I say one last goodbye? The cat asked the man. Eli nodded. Should be all right. The cat swallowed again and walked over to his friends, hating how the tears stung in his eyes. Polly went over and hugged him. The cat couldn't hold back the tears any longer. I'm gonna miss you guys, but I will be back, I promise. Polly pulled back and nodded, looking over at Biddy and Willie, who nodded in return. You can't do much. The cat watched as William extended the diamond sword. The sword he dropped and tried to hand it to him. The cat shook his head. No, keep it safe. I don't want it getting into the wrong hands. I can trust you to take care of it. William nodded and smiled sadly, putting away the sword. Looking back over to the boys, the cat smiled in return. I'm glad you trust them. The beaver nodded, and the cat took a step back, turning away as he wished his friends well, joining the boys as he looked back one more time. He really was going to miss them. This place. Sure. He'd left this world before. But never like this. Not was the possibility that he might never see it again. No, he would see it again. He had to keep telling himself that. He would see his friends again. It just might be a while before he did. Are you ready, Stampy? The older boy asked quietly. The cat nodded, wiping a few stray tears out of his eyes. It's all over me. I'm so sorry it had to be this way, he replied. But it's for the better. Trust me. The cat nodded. You'll be right. They said nothing more after saying goodbye to the helpers and Eli. The cat followed Liam down the path, with Sam right behind him. The cat was a little puzzled with how they would be able to get out of the world. It wasn't possible without a portal. But as they kept walking, they came up to a small group of trees, where there was, sure enough, a portal sitting with it. How did that get here? The cat asked. Someone must have set it up beforehand, Sam said softly. Probably after I came here. Well, it'll do the job, Liam replied simply. Are you two ready? Sam nodded and looked over at the cat and Stampy could see hope in the boy's eyes. The cat swallowed and shook his head. Let's hope it's not far. It isn't far at all, Liam assured him. We'll be there before you know it. Just stick with me, okay? Okay. The cat said softly, nodding his head as he took a deep breath. Suddenly he felt someone take his paw and gently squeeze it. The cat returned it, gaining a new kind of courage. He could do this. He had to be strong. For his friends. He couldn't let them down. He couldn't give up, even though he felt like he might cry in a corner. Part of him so badly wanted to stay, but this wasn't his choice. He had to go. Hopefully, for the better. Things are about to get a little bit interesting. Chapter 13. Sam felt a familiar sensation of falling as he slipped through the portal, disappearing from one world and entering into another. They wouldn't be in a lovely world anymore. He wasn't sure where they were going to end up, but he knew that Liam would get them to where they needed to go safely. It didn't take long before the boy found himself on the other side of the portal, stepping into a forest of dense, dark oak trees. They towered over him as the boy looked up at the dark leaves that sucked most of the sunlight, only letting a little bit through. The boy turned around to find that his friends had made it through safely. The boy looked over at Stampy, still seeing the sad look in his eyes, but he honestly couldn't blame him for that. He had been taken from everything and everyone he knew and entered a strange world, and it wasn't necessarily by choice. It was something he could understand. After all, he'd been through it before days prior. Once everyone was situated, Liam gave the order that they should get going. They began walking down the uneven path into the woods, which the older boy assumed would lead them to the safe house. Pretty soon, about 5 minutes along their path, the boys started to notice the trees were gradually beginning to thin out. Sam looked over at the cat, who was looking straight ahead. We still good, right? Where were we? The sooner that those men were stopped, the better. But in the meantime, the boy would do his best to help his friend in any way he could. You're still good. Yep. Yo! They continued along the path as the trees began to thin out, even more before Sam began to see that there was a clearing ahead. As they approached the clearing, he noticed that his brother looking around cautiously before nodding to him. It was all clear. They should be able to go through without a problem. Sam followed his brother to the edge of the clearing as the older boy and his friend took in what was before them. It was a 2-story house that looked simple but delicate. It was not overly bland. Not over bland, I don't even know if that's a word, but also not too decorative. It matched right in the middle. Ah, it looks cool, the guy said with amazement. Yep, Liam nodded. It's one of the few safe houses that was designed and built by YouTubers. Subtle way to mention some good builders. No way, the Sam said, nodding his head. He was most definitely. I don't know why there are two us. He was definitely impressed. Well, it looks even better on the inside, he told them, as he gestured for them to follow. Come on, I'm sure someone's waiting for our arrival. The two of them followed the younger boy towards the safe house without question. Sam eager to see what else the safe house had in store. Were there secrets hidden among the walls? What discoveries would they find? What would they be able to do there? What were they allowed to do? Wasn't sure. Sam looked over in the cat's direction, noticing that he was looking around the place, taking everything in. The boy caught up to him, began to walk beside him. What do you think about all of this? It looks pretty nice, he replied with a smile. No, it's nothing compared to my lovely world. The little boy chuckled. Yeah, sure. You can see that. And the cat nodded as he looked up at the building. So, we're not the only ones here? Nope. There's a few other people in the safe house, Liam replied. Oh, Rose had to leave for an errand Eli had for her. Gerald is still probably here waiting for our arrival. Who's Gerald? The cat asked, looking over at Sam, who shrugged helplessly. He didn't know the answer to that. He's just someone who works with Eli to make sure people are safe, Liam replied. No, he's not the person I've met. Nicest. But he's okay? The cat asked. Liam shrugged. He's nice enough. Probably good that you're not seeing my facial expression. Yeah. This guy's interesting. They said nothing more as Liam came into the door and opened it, letting the two of them enter the house first, before closing the door behind him. Dan looked around the main room, which looked relatively homely and calm. There were soft tones of brown on the walls, and wooden furniture, and velvet for the armchairs, and even a couch. It looked fairly nice, better than what he had back at home. Anyway, sitting on one of the armchairs was a man in his late 30s. He had broad shoulders, dark black hair, and dark eyes. The man watched them enter, as if examining them. Looks like the mission was a success. What am I saying? Looks like the mission was successful then? The man asked. Yes, sir, Liam nodded. Where's Eli? Didn't he come back with you? The man asked. He stayed behind just to make sure things were safe in the world, the younger boy said. This is Stampy, by the way. Stampy, the man said slowly but thoughtfully. Very well. You'll find your friend where he was last time. Thank you, Gerald, the younger boy replied with a nod. Just stay out of trouble, all of you, the man said with a small scowl. We will, Sam replied cheerfully, as he grabbed his friend's arm and headed toward the stairs. Liam led the way, confident as ever. So, now that we're at the safe house, Can you tell me who this person you keep telling me about is? The cat asked hopefully. Liam smiled. Really curious to find out for yourself. But I have to warn you, he's been through quite a lot. What do you mean? The cat asked with certainty. Well, he was held prisoner for a week by a man named Mr. A. He's the guy that wants to destroy all the YouTubers so badly. He wanted him to tell him who and where his friends were. But when he wouldn't comply, he told him about you, Stampy. Not directly, but your friend figured it out and took the chance to get away to get help. And it was good he did. Did the man hurt him? The cat swallowed. Liam sighed, shaking his head. His injuries aren't as bad now as that Rose tended to them, but they weren't pretty. Oh, I can't say with a hint of sadness. Is he okay though? How about you see for yourself? The boy asked. I need to talk to my brother for a little bit, but I want to make sure you two will be fine first day beforehand. The cat smiled. Sure, I'm good with that. The younger boy nodded as he arrived at the door and put an ear to the door before putting her head up in. Hello? Can we come in? After a moment of silence, there was a muffled voice coming through the other side. A sharp gasp from the cat. I had a feeling it was about to me another YouTuber. Oop. The cat opened the door and stepped aside and let his friends go in first. The cat hesitated, looking through the opening, surprised and unsure he should believe what he was seeing. Sam looked straight through to see a tall young man in his mid-20s. He had brown hair and dark brown eyes. The man smiled at them cheerfully, his hands on his lap. The boy noticed that the man's wrists were bandaged. Had he been tortured? He didn't seem to be bothered by them, but perhaps he was just hiding it. He originally had blue hair, but I changed it because he dyed it brown. Keeping it brown. So, yeah. Hello, Stampy. It's nice to see you again, the YouTuber said. I cannot do his voice, by the way. Dan? Is that really you? The cat asked, still unsure he wanted to believe it. Of course it's me, Stampy, the YouTuber said with a laugh, getting to his feet. The cat smiled and went over to his friend and gave him a hug. The two boys watched from the doorway. How long has it been since we last seen each other? A couple of years? The cat asked the man as he pulled away. You are okay, aren't you? I am now that you're here. The YouTuber nodded, looking away. You have to understand that I was a little worried about you. That man was planning something horrible for you, and I couldn't let him get to you. You practically saved my life, the cat said with a laugh. Well, with the help of these my friends here. The YouTuber chuckled. Yeah, that's good. Sam looked over at his brother, who nodded as he gestured for him to follow him. Sam looked back at his friend, not sure if he should go, but his friend definitely looked happy, reuniting with his friend. He has a lot of friends in that sentence, and no doubt he had a lot of explaining to do, not that they had been reunited. The older boy followed his brother into the room next door, and sat down on the bed that was close by. Liam smiled at his brother, and the older boy took a deep breath. So, where do you want to start? What makes you think I'm starting anything? Liam asked, raising an eyebrow. You're the one who's been gone for days without a trace. Can't believe you were in the lovely world the whole time. Sim laughed. Yeah, Stampy and his friends rescued me from one of those men. If it weren't for them, I don't know where I'd be. Stampy wouldn't have a friend like you riding to his rescue, Liam mused. I could barely keep up with you. The other boy chuckled. You needed me. I couldn't just let those men take him. I'm glad you did, Sam, Liam said. Even though you didn't know him for very long. I learned good things from him, though. The older boy nodded. What was about him and how to protect him? Really? Liam asked with surprise. William helped out mostly, Sam shrugged. But I'm doing pretty good when it comes to using a sword. Oh, it looks like I have some catching up to do. Liam chuckled. First, you need to tell me everything. And you'll tell me what happened with you? Sam asked softly. Yep. Liam nodded. No need for promises. I just wanted to know what happened. Oh, okay. Sam nodded, as he told them about everything, from the argument with their father, running into the woods, discovering the cave, meeting his potential kidnapper. Then he told him about how he found Stampy and his friends, being rescued by them twice, and learning weird things about the dangers they were in. He told them about the sword practice they'd done and the attack that so nearly caused the capture of his friend. You know, we would have gone after him, right? Liam asked. If we hadn't made it in time, we would have found a way to rescue him. Yeah, the boy said with a smile. But it feels good to ruin a grown-up's plans. Liam laughed. Mr. A won't like the sound of that. Being defeated by 2 boys and a reindeer. A reindeer with a secret weapon. The older boy mused with a smile. Liam chuckled. Do you realize how quick the helpers jumped into action when we wanted them to attack? Warned them about the attack? I could guess, Sam replied, especially when they saw that copter. That was definitely a dead giveaway. That something went wrong? The younger boy said, shaking his head. Stampy seems to trust you, though. And so do the helpers. I know. Sam nodded. I think knowing that the helpers were okay with it helped him, but it was still hard. No doubt it was, Liam said. Dad had to make the hard choice to let me go with Rose after she found out about your experience. And when I told her about what you told me, he shook his head slowly. She was not happy with how ignorant our father was when you had told him. But I'm just glad you're okay. Yeah, me too, Sam nodded. I was more worried about Stampy, though, more than I was for myself. For someone who wanted to protect one of his friends, I don't blame you, Liam replied. I would have done the same. I know you would have, the older boy replied. But now it's your turn. Tell me what happened. Liam nodded and cleared his throat, taking a moment to collect his thoughts. Sam waited patiently, eagerly waiting to hear what his brother would have to say. Finally, the younger boy began to tell a story, explaining that he had come out of his room soon after he heard his father calling out to Sam and had asked what was going on. Their father had refused to answer his question and walked into his office. Liam had waited for his return throughout the night, only to be woken up by Rose, walking into the house through the front door. Well, that was abrupt. He had told her everything, and she had decided to take him somewhere where he would be safe, so she could let someone know what had happened. But when they had arrived at the safe house a friend of hers owned, she got an order from Eli to come to the current safe house because there was someone in need of help. When she got there, Liam had decided to see if he could talk to the new arrival, Dan, and the YouTuber had told him how he escaped from Mr. A and came here to warn someone that one of his friends was in danger. We came to the lovely world as usual, but it was hard to find you guys because the place was so big, Liam added. We found the helpers and told them why we were there, just we all heard the helicopter heading towards you. We came as soon as we could. I still can't believe I found you trying to help Stampy, though. You helped me as well, Sam replied. You ran with me to help me rescue Stampy. You didn't have to do that. You didn't even know him. Hey, that's what people in the cut do on a daily basis, Liam said with a chuckle. We help anyone in need, no matter who they are, especially after a YouTuber. How do you know that someone's a YouTuber? Sam asked curiously. Just pay attention to what they say, how they act, or what they do in certain situations. Sometimes you just feel that there's something different about them, something you can't explain. It's a good sign that it could possibly be more than you realize. Stampy was pretty easy though, the boy mused. It's totally like 9 and when I ever met. That's not a bad thing, right? Liam asked. Unless you think cat eating cake is normal. The cat chuckled. Not bad at all. It's just how he is. And I like that. Great, Liam beamed and nodded. Good to hear. Sam nodded as well. I really like it now. In the lovely world. It was a lot of fun while I was there. Sure was, Liam said with agreement. Maybe we should try working on our combat skills so we can get good at it. That. You think the others will mind? Sam asked with uncertainty. I'm sure they'd be happy to. Liam nodded. Dan was willing to teach me. Cool, Sam said with a smile. And I guess we'll have to ask them later. I'm pretty tired about everything that happened today. I don't blame you for getting some rest, Liam replied, understandingly. Thanks, Liam, Sam said with a smile. I guess I'll find myself a room. See you tomorrow, then, Liam replied, cheerfully as Sam stood up and walked over to the door. See you tomorrow, Sam agreed as he opened his door, looking out into the hallway, looking from left to right to see which room he wanted to take. This would be the first night of many. He wanted to pick a room that would be near to his friends, but also close to the stairs, just in case. He looked around again, trying to decide which door he would take. 14. Stampy couldn't believe that this was happening. In fact, a part of him was wondering if all of this was a dream. But he knew that this was real. After all of this was real. He was really in a safe house that was far from the world he called home. Really at a place where his kind was more meant to stay so that they would be safe. He was really facing an old friend he had never expected to see, a friend that had been through so much. Hang on. That had been through so much. Is everything okay? Dan asked at last, noticing the cat's long moment of silence. Yeah, I'm fine, the cat replied quickly. It's just, I can't believe you're here. The interviewer laughed. I know, right? It's hard to believe all of this is real. But it is. I've been through some stuff, and so have you. We've been attacked for no reason by those men. Led by a crazy man, Eli called him Mr. A. The man even has a brother named RJ, who's caused some havoc on some of our kind. At least we have some people here to help us, the cat admitted. True, Dan nodded. I just kind of wish that you didn't have to see me like this. The man showed the cat his bandaged wrist and shook his head. They don't hurt, do they? The cat asked nervously. No, the healing potions that these guys gave me are helping with the pain, Dan said. Still, I just want them to be normal again, without the reminder of that dark and horrible place. Well, I'm always here for you if you want to talk about it. The cat's just... you do it well. Thanks, Steph. I'll keep that in mind if I ever do need someone to talk to. That's good to me, Cat said matter-of-factly. He looked over towards the small window. How long have you been here? Not long, really, Dan shrugged. Oh, when I first got here, Charles did ask me quite a lot of questions. Why? The cat asked. YouTuber shook his head. Knows. Maybe he was surprised I came here and wanted to know who I was and what I was doing here. Sounds fair if you ask me, despite the fact that I was in a lot of pain and couldn't really answer the questions. His question. Oh dear. Again, at least you're okay now. I am, the YouTuber replied. Hopefully, we'll get through this without having to worry about those men coming after us. Do you think they think you will? I don't know. Man said. I don't know what will happen in the future, you know? Cat chuckled. I hope that we can return to our worlds without those men trying to get us again. Yeah, I'm already tired of it. And it was my first one, Dan said with a sigh. I was pretty terrified when it happened to me, the cat admitted. But the boys did manage to get me out of that tight spot. I knew I could trust them, the YouTuber said. Well, I knew Liam was going, and I knew he'd do whatever it took to help you. I could help. The cat smiled. I knew I could trust him. He was worried about me ever since the man first threatened me. He figured out I was a YouTuber. What? YouTuber asked. I guess I wanted to know him to know me for me. Not by a title he doesn't understand quite yet. The cat smiled. I like that thought. Yeah. Dan laughed. I think you'd want the real you. Not a title that's just that. A title. So vague when it comes to being a YouTuber. What's in the inside person that really matters. Totally agree, the cat laughed. But stopped when he noticed the YouTuber rub his fingers against one of his bandages. It's bothering you? A little, but I suppose, but I'll live. Dan amused with a smile. The memory of the pain is still fresh, even if the real one is long gone. You certainly don't look like you're in pain, the cat admitted. Gone pretty far in my recovery, the YouTuber said confidently. I'll be okay, Stampy. Don't worry about me, okay? Alright? Okay. The cat sighed, shaking his head. I'll try not to worry, but it had to be hard to go through that. It was. The YouTuber replied quietly. But I don't know if I could have handled it, seeing you being tortured by that man. He was planning something horrible for you. I don't know what it was, but I don't want to know. You don't deserve it. I don't think I want to know what it was either. The cat sighed. The man sounds pretty scary. He's beyond scary, Stampy. The man said simply. He's terrifying. He doesn't care what he does to us, so long as it's painful or deadly. The longer the torment, the more fun he gets out of it. He shuddered. Horrifying. Indeed, the man nodded with a frown. But you're safe here. We both are. Those men won't find us or get to us. But if they do, I won't let them get to you. What about you? The cat asked. I don't care what happens to me, so long as I know you're safe. Dan replied. Now all my friends are safe. I guess I can understand where you're coming from. The cat said quietly. You should probably get some rest, though. What will you do in the meantime? The YouTuber asked, raising an eyebrow. Probably get ready for tomorrow or something. I don't know. The cat said with a shrug. But I'll do something. Sounds good to me. See you tomorrow then, Stampy, Dan said, stifling back a yawn. The cat smiled as he wished his friend good night, walking out of the room as he closed the door behind him, turning to find himself in the hallway. But he wasn't alone. Did you guys have fun in there? Sam asked, over by one of the doorways. You could say that, the cat said with a chuckle. It was good to reconnect, though. I never expected to see him here. Life can be full of surprises, you know, the boy pointed out with a mischievous grin. The cat laughed. Probably right about that. The boy nodded and the cat noticed the boy look around the hallway. So, what room are you going to take? I don't know. The cat shrugged. What about you? Probably the one right here, the boy said, pointing to the door nearest to the door, just in case. Do you really think something like that will happen? The cat asked with uncertainty, being ready for anything. The boy replied. You made sure I remember that. The cat chuckled. I guess so. suppose I'll see you tomorrow then? The boy asked, curiously. I want you to tell me something. And what would you like to know? The cat asked. The boy shrugged. Is there anything I need to know? None that I know of, no. The kid said softly. But if I find something I need to tell you, I'll tell you know. Okay. Sam said with a smile. Good night, Stampy. Good night, Sam. The cat said with a wave. The boy waved in return as he walked into the room that he had chosen. The cat waited a few moments before choosing a door that was a couple doors down. The easy part of this was finding the room. The hardest part for him would be finding it again, because, as he figured it out pretty quickly, all the bedrooms looked exactly the same. Yeah. He looked around the bland white bedroom, finding the bed leaning against the wall beside a small window. It looked pretty boring. No detail, no way to tell the difference between rooms. But the cat didn't really care at the moment. He wanted to get ready for bed and sleep. He'd had a long day and wanted a break from all the chaos that he had to deal with the past few days. Would this ever be over? He felt like he had hardly ever even started. Stampy went over to the bed, putting his paws on it to make sure it was soft and firm. It felt a little hard, but it was durable. It would have to do. But as he looked around the room, he still felt a pang of loneliness. He missed his home. The window that led out to his balcony. Esther jumping on her cake. Barnaby wishing him a good morning. He missed everything about his home. All he wanted to do was go home and lie down in his bed, the one he had made with his own paws, and sleep. But he doubted that would be happening anytime soon. How long would he have to stay in this boring room? Days? Weeks? Months? He wasn't sure. Suddenly, before the cat could decide to climb into bed and try to get some sleep, he heard a knock on the door, which startled him. Could still be up. Was it Liam coming to wish him good night? Had Sam come over to check on him one last time? Or was Dan coming to tell him about something he'd forgotten to mention sooner? Hello? The cat called. Anyone there? May I come in? A muffled voice called through the door. I need to talk to you about something important. Sure, you can come in, the cat said cheerfully. The door opened as someone walked into the room. The cat quickly recognized him as the man he had seen earlier when coming into the safe house. Gerald, was it? Looks like I got you in just the right time, the man said, sounding amused as the cat looked up, lowering his paws to his sides. Yeah, I reckon you did, the cat chuckled. But what brings you here? I've got some questions to ask you, and I think you might be able to help me out, the man said calmly. But if it's that important, shouldn't Eli be told of this? The cat asked. He already knows, but nothing much has been done about it, the man said bitterly. Then how do you think I would be able to help? I just got here. I don't know anything about those men, the cat replied, honestly. I think you know more than you're letting on, the man said thoughtfully. Still, how about I start by telling you what's going on? Okay, the cat said slowly, not sure what he should do. Perhaps you should sit down for this, cat, the man said simply. All right, the cat nodded, deciding to cooperate with the man. There wasn't much else he could do. Besides, the man was asking him for help. He couldn't turn someone down just because he felt a little uncomfortable and unequipped for something like this. What could possibly go in a conversation? Well, there have been some things that have been happening in the past few months, the man said. There have been reports on attacks against YouTubers. At first, they seemed pretty random, until we noticed something strange. There seemed to be a pattern with each attack, as if someone was helping our enemies stage each one. Horrible! The cat cried. Who'd do such a thing? That's what I want to know, Cat, the man said bitterly. Eli doesn't seem to take the idea of someone betraying us too seriously. He trusts everyone who comes through his doors, not caring about the consequences. I wanted to do something about it, but I couldn't really do much. Until now. How does it have anything to do with me? The cat asked slowly. You tell me. Those men have been watching you for quite some time, haven't they? The man asked curiously. Yeah, so I've noticed, the cat said. How long do you think that has been? The man added, raising an eyebrow as he asked it. Maybe a few months or so. Why? The cat replied. Unsure why this man was going on with this. Saying one of my friends... Wait, you tell me, cat. The man mused with a smile. You saying one of my friends is a traitor? The cat asked, swallowing at the thought. That couldn't be possible. None of his helpers would do such a thing. He cared about him and saved him plenty of times. He trusted them with his life, even. No, I'm not talking about your friends. Or helpers. The man says simply. I'm talking about you. Wait, what? The cat asked in surprise, standing up from the bed as he looked at the man in disbelief. That can't be right. I could never betray anyone. I could never be a traitor. Perhaps he had no choice but to do it, the man said coldly, taking a step closer to the cat. I'd rather die than betray my friends, the cat said, his eyes widening as he noticed the rage in the man's eyes. And why should I believe you? The man asked slyly. It makes perfect sense. The men having been in your world for months, around the time when the attacks began to happen. Clearly something doesn't measure up in your story. You claimed that you had no idea the men were there. I don't think it's true. I think you knew they were in your world the whole time, and you have been turning over your friends to our enemy the whole time. What? No, of course I never do such a thing. I don't even know they were in my world until I found Sam a few days ago, running away from those men. Why would I help him if I knew who these men were and were helping him? Maybe it's all an illusion to get us to trust you before you backstab us and betray the cause you promised to protect you. The man sneered, taking another step closer as a catchable, hiding the look that he could see in the man's eyes. I think you're mistaken, the cat said quickly. Those men were trying to capture me. That guy they take orders from, Mr. A, wants to kill me. Are you saying that my friends should have left me behind? Clearly it was a way to ensure you'd look like the innocent victim you claim to be. And I see right through your lies, cat. I'll get to the bottom of this issue, even if it's the last thing I do. Please, you can't, the cat said, shaking his head as the man came closer. You don't even know what I'm going to do. The man said with amusement. What are you going to do? The cat asked, wanting so badly to run, but he felt cornered, trapped. He had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. This man seemed to think he was capable of hurting innocent people. He was Stampy Cat. He couldn't hurt anyone. He never could betray someone that didn't deserve it. This wasn't right. It couldn't be right. This couldn't be really happening. Could it? I'm just going to ask you a few questions, Cat. And I want nice, honest answers for each and every one of them. That is wrong, everyone. Bam. Grammarly's gonna probably hate me for this. The man mused. If you do that, your punishment might not be so severe, but if not, I'll increase your punishment. What? The cat said in horror. But I haven't done anything wrong, the cat insisted. Why would I believe that? The man sneered. The cat yelped in surprise when the man grabbed for him. He tried to dodge away from the man, but Gerald tightened his grip on the cat's arm and slammed him against the wall. The cat groaned in pain, shaking his head as the man came even closer, keeping the cat from getting away. He hated how close the man was to him, hated how terrifying he looked, his dark, cold eyes bearing into his own, sending shivers up and down his spine. Well, why are you doing this? The cat asked quietly. What do you want with me? I want the best for the YouTuber, the man said. Nothing more, nothing less. I won't tolerate having a traitor roaming around freely thinking he can get away with it. All I want is the truth. But I am telling you the truth. I haven't done anything wrong, the cat protested. I highly doubt that's true, cat, the man sneered. You really want me to have to resort to torture? Torture? You can't do that, cat cried, struggling against the man, wanting so badly to get away. I'm in charge of this safe house. I can do whatever needs to be done to get you to talk. The man said with a cool chuckle. And before you think you can go telling your friends about what is happening between the two of us, to remind you that I will make sure you regret it. If I can't trust you not to spill, I have a perfect place to keep you until I get what I need from you. No, the cat shook his head. You can't do this. You can't. This is my safe house. These are my rules. And for a traitor like you, you'd best follow them. Otherwise, there will be severe consequences. The cat shook his head slowly, feeling tears stinging in his eyes as he pushed him back. But that's the thing. I'm not a traitor. I am the one who gets to decide whether or not that's true. Not you, cat, the man snapped, grabbing the cat and pitting him harder against the wall. The cat groaned, feeling the man threatening to crush him against his blade. Please, stop, the cat coughed, struggling but failing to push the man away. Gerald let go of the cat and stared at him, forcing the cat looked up at him. I'll see you tomorrow night, cat. If you're not willing to tell the truth, make sure you suffer because of it, the man sneered. If you tell anyone what's happening, I'll finish you off myself. Am I clear, traitor? But I'm not. The cat started only to get kicked by the man as he upped in pain. Relax, it wasn't that hard, the man said, rolling his eyes. But it will be worse if you keep lying to me. But I'm telling you the truth. I'm not who you think I am. I could never hurt anyone, the cat insisted. I'm not. It's not like me at all. This is why I can't trust you to even tell me the truth, the man sneered. I'll see you tomorrow night. No excuses. Looking forward to it then, I said blandly, not sure what else to say. Should he tell someone what's going on and risk having someone hunting him down and wanting to hurt him? Or should he pretend that everything is fine when he knew very well that it wasn't? He was scared and frightened, watching as the man left the room, falling to the floor as he leaned against the wall, trying to keep back the tears of confusion and uncertainty back. He didn't know what to do. He was scared. The man would actually pull off the steps he was making, and if he didn't get what he wanted, then he would get to him and torture the answers he wanted out of him. But he had been telling him the truth. Why wasn't he listening to him? Why was the man so sure he was a traitor that he had caused so much chaos for the cause? None of this made sense, and the cat wanted to forget all about it all. Forget and hope the man would leave him alone. Maybe he wasn't serious. Maybe he was just testing him, seeing how he would act under pressure. He couldn't be sure, but he would wait until tomorrow, see if anything changed. Maybe the man would realize he was innocent. Maybe he would leave him alone and make it as if none of this had ever happened. The cat wouldn't mind that, but he couldn't be sure until tomorrow night. Right now, he needed sleep. Forget about what he had just gone through. It had to be all a dream. There was no other way. It couldn't be. 15. A few days had passed since the boy and his friends had arrived at the safe house. And so far, nothing much had happened. They had all agreed to practice their combat skills to improve what they already knew and grow further in their learning. It was a whole lot of fun, especially with Dan and Stampy sharing different techniques, made it all the more interesting and different, and Tim appreciated that. But after the past couple of days of practice, the boy was ready for a break. He wanted to explore the safe house a bit, to check on the area, see what he could discover. Liam had decided to join him to see if he could spot any secret entrances, which the younger boy knew had been a part of the other safe house he had been to. Everything looks so organized here, Sam said with amazement, looking up the painting at the back of the hallway. And that looks like where a secret might be, Liam said with a smirk. How can you tell? The boy asked. Here, Liam said, putting a hand towards the painting and gasped with surprise with his hand. Right through. Told you. You're pretty good at this kind of thing, Sam said, impressed. Levi showed me a lot of the secrets in the house he is in charge of. Liam said, it's pretty cool just how much stuff you can put into these things. The redstone is incredible. Stampy would certainly enjoy that. The boy said thoughtfully, he's pretty good at building and redstone. Oh, his helpers might be slightly better at it. Don't tell him I said that, though. The younger boy laughed. Don't worry. I'm sure he wouldn't mind anyway, Sam shrugged. But he is good. You have to see just how much you can do in a day with the helpers. A lot, I presume, the younger boy pondered. Definitely. For more than I could ever do. Far more than ever I could do, the other boy said, shaking his head with his mouth. You miss the helpers, so. They were great to be around. No, they aren't much of a talking type. Why not? Liam asked, raising a curious eyebrow. Sam shrugged. I don't know. And you have to ask Stampy, or even them about that if you really wanted to know. Liam smiled. I'm okay with it, though. They can't interrupt you, seriously. Yes they can, Sam pointed out, chuckling. They surprised you enough, yes they can. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. But does it really matter? You enjoy hanging out with them. They're your friends. It doesn't matter what abilities they have. Trust each other. That's probably why they were so willing to let Stampy go. Because they knew we could handle it. Sam smiled. Do you really think we can? Liam asked with uncertainty. I know we can, Sam chuckled. We might stop them. We managed to stop them before. We could do it again if the time came for it. You're probably right, the younger boy replied with a sigh. Still, I have so many questions yet that I'm not sure. Does it have anything to do with Stampy or Dan? The elder boy asked. Liam shook his head. No, it doesn't. It's about our friends back at home. Ryan and Connor have no idea where we are now. And we can't even tell them about what we went through when we get back. Well, at least we're missing school. That's a bonus, right, Sam asked. The younger boy laughed. Yeah, you can say that. But I do see what you mean, Sam said. They're definitely missing out, but it's probably for the better. They're safer not knowing. Still, I hate the idea about lying to our friends, the younger boy said. I think there's a good enough reason to do it, Sam replied. I don't want to put my new friends in danger because I want to talk about them to my old friends. Oh, wait, Liam nodded. Still, do you think they'll see right through it? I honestly don't know. They might, or they might not, the older boy sighed. We don't know until we get there, but right now, let's take one step at a time. We have friends we need to protect, friends who need us to be there for them. If there is an attack, I want to help them. Don't you? I don't want to be distracted by something that we don't need to worry about yet. I agree, Liam said with a nod. It's just hard to imagine just how far we've come in such a short amount of time. I know, Sam agreed. And I bet it's going to get a lot harder as time goes on. Why does making new friends always have to be so hard? Liam asked. Especially when they're YouTubers. I don't know. But it's worth it, Sam told him. They need people they can count on if something happens. If they don't have that, it could end in a disaster. Liam swallowed. I'm glad we're doing this together then. He shook his head and smiled sadly. I really missed you while you were gone. I missed you too, Sam said. But it's good to know I was right about one thing. You were safe. And I was right about one thing too. Liam said with a smile. Great. I found you. Sam laughed. You did. I'll never forget the expression on your face when you realized who you just rescued. It's priceless. Liam chuckled. I think you were just as surprised for a moment before you remembered that your friend was still in trouble. Totally. And Sam said with a laugh. Why don't we keep looking for potential secrets? Yeah, it could be a game. Liam said cheerfully. One that I probably will win at. You sure about that? Sam asked as he raised an eyebrow. Liam laughed. I'm positive, Sam. Absolutely positive. Well, let's see whether or not you're right. The older boy said aptly. They went back down the hallway, planning to go downstairs, where they both suspected would have a lot more hidden secrets. Sam couldn't wait to see whether or not he had any chance against his brother. He didn't care if he won or if he lost. Just that he had fun. And he would. He was sure of that much. Chapter 16. People come in, people go. Stampy was walking back to his bedroom, feeling the nerves that had never stopped coming. He had enjoyed the time with Dan. He had tried all he could to hide that anything different was wrong. He was supposed to be happy, cheerful, and strong, but he didn't feel like that. He was scared, even to walk into his own bedroom. Should he ask if he'd sleep with one of his friends tonight? Or would that look suspicious? Wouldn't they figure out that something was wrong? He really wanted to tell them what was going on, but he was terrified by that man. He was strong and firm, stubborn to the core. Over the past few nights, he had followed through with his threats. The only reason why his friends couldn't see the injuries the man had caused was through a healing potion. But even then, the cat could still see a few bruises that had fully disappeared. They weren't as noticeable unless someone looked closely, but they were there. How long would it take before his friends figured it out? He wasn't sure, but one thing was certain. He was scared. The threat to the man that the man made, man would undoubtedly try to fulfill. He was scared of the threats that the man would undoubtedly try to fulfill. Stampy, is everything all right? A voice asked beside him. Making the cat jump with surprise before looking down to see Sam looking up at him. Yeah, I'm fine, the cat said quickly, swallowing as he forced a smile on his lips. But the boy didn't seem convinced. Good night, Sam said, with a nod. The cat was relieved that he had let it go. Now, a part of him had wanted him to push forward, to get to the bottom of it, figure it out without him having to say a single word. Good night, Sam, the cat said quietly, hesitating by the door, waiting for the boy to go through first. You seem rather quiet today, the older boy admitted. I could even say you've gotten quieter since we got here. Everything's fine, Sam, the cat assured him. I'll tell you if it wasn't. I'd tell you if it wasn't. Sam nodded. I hope you're right, but something is up, I can tell. The cat nodded. I'm okay, Sam. There's no need to worry about me. Just get some sleep. You look like you need sleep more than I do, the boy said with amusement. I do? The cat asked, sounding surprised. Then he sighed and smiled. I guess it's just getting used to this world after leaving my own so abruptly. I don't know, the boy replied. But I am here if you want to talk about it. I know, he said with a nod, wanting the boy to go into his bedroom so he wouldn't be able to see what was really going on. He was so conflicted inside. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't feel safe in his own room. But changing rooms would not only look suspicious, but Charles would eventually find him. He just wanted to be left alone. Wanted the man to stop hurting him. Stop trying to accuse him of things he didn't do. He wasn't lying to him. He'd been telling him the truth. He'd done what the man had asked, and he still wouldn't leave him alone. Wow, that was quick. Sam said with intrigue. Are you sure everything's okay? Just go to bed. I'm fine. Trust me, the cat insisted, trying to shove the scary thoughts out of his mind. I just need to be alone for a while. To think. Take your time. The boy nodded, was understanding. He went into his bedroom. The cat lay alongside, shaking his head as he thought about everything that had happened in the past few nights. Gerald had been relentless. He threatened him, scared him, and made him feel weak. So helpless against him. He had no way to fight it, and he didn't want his friends to have to see it. He wanted them to be happy, to have a good time, but was he happy? He felt more scared about going through that door than anything else. Maybe he should go into a different room. Maybe the man would take it as a hint to leave him alone. Or maybe it would only make things worse. He didn't know anymore. I wish I had helpers here with me, the cat whispered to himself, feeling a lump form in his throat as tears filled his eyes. William wouldn't have let the man do this if he knew what was going on. Wally and Finny would have most certainly stand up to that man. They defend him against Gerald. To protect him. He trusted them with so much, even his own life. So why couldn't he trust his friends here to help him? Maybe it was mostly fear kept him from doing it. The threat that loomed over him. If he even uttered a word that could even resemble that something was wrong. The man was serious, and he was too scared to do anything to stop it. If he couldn't stop him, then what? The cat took a slow, deep breath, trying to will himself to go inside. He opened his door and slipped in, closing the door behind him. But as the door closed, the cat felt someone grab him from behind as he yelped in fear. And the man pulled him from the door. What took you so long? The man snapped darkly in his ear. Nothing, the cat replied, hating how his voice shook with fear. He was terrified what the man might do to him. If he thought the man that he had said something out of place. It sounded to me that you were talking to someone, the man said with a sneer. Just wishing Sam a good night, the cat insisted. I promise. That's all it was. Why should I believe you? The man said coldly. You clearly can't be trusted. What do you mean? The cat asked, struggling against the man's firm grip. You're coming with me, the man said menacingly. Away from your friends, away from the possibility of you spilling the beans about what's going on. Please, you can't do this, the cat cried. The man tightened his grip on the cat. The cat struggled harder. The man squeezing him so much that it hurt. I won't tell anyone. I'm telling you the truth. You would say that now, wouldn't you? The man mused. Why sound so frightened when you have nothing to hide? Let me go, the cat pleaded. I'm not who you think I am. I'm innocent. You have to believe me. I know exactly who you are, cat, the man sneered, dragging the cat backward as the cat struggled harder. But he was too weak, too vulnerable. Should he call for help? Or would the man try to stop him? He didn't know. He wasn't sure he wanted to know. And I don't need you influencing and deceiving those so-called friends you have. Tears began to fall down the cat's face. He shook his head. Please, don't do this. There has to be a better way. You don't deserve it, traitor. The man snapped as he slipped through a secret door that the man had activated with the press of a hidden button. Had this been how the man had gotten into the room every night? Where was he taking him? The cat struggled with all the strength he could muster, wanting so badly to scream, but the fear within him was too great. How does that make anything? If he screamed, the man might hurt him before anyone could come to his rescue. He was alone here, frightened. The man dragged him down a flight of stairs until they came to what looked like an underground dungeon. It looked dark and dreary, and nothing like that cheerful and happy place upstairs. What is this? The cat asked as he looked around the mossy cobblestone walls. The man led him to what looked to be a cell and flipped the lever, opened the iron door before throwing him onto the floor. This place for potential traitors like you, the man said with a cold smile. It was constructed after the rest of the place was built. Why? The cat asked, looking at the dim room, only lit by a few torchlights. But Hazel looked back in horror when the man loomed over him, his shadow falling onto him as the cat saw the man's dark outline. He looked taller and scarier, not so small and insignificant. On the cold floor of the cell, the man looming over him like a predator, cornering his prey. Someone needs to do something about this, and here I am, doing something. The man said with a cold smile. You won't be getting out of this cell, cat, not unless you want me to look for you. sure you regret it. But wouldn't my friends try to look for me? The cat asked, trying to sit up, only for the man to kick him back down. They won't be, the man mused. I know just what I need to say for them to believe that you left. No one will be looking for you. No one will even know you're down here. No. The cat said hoarsely, shaking his head as tears began to fall. It was too late to warn anyone. He'd been too scared to let someone know that something was wrong. Should have told Sam. Should have risked his punishment. It was too late now. Always too late. No, he was alone, just like he had told the boy. But he was alone with the man that wouldn't hesitate to kill him if he came down to it. All because Gerald saw him as a traitor. Now, where should I start? The man said, raising a curious eyebrow. You can't do this, the cat said, shaking his head. What if Eli and Rose come back and find out you're doing this? They won't be coming back, the man sneered. They're too busy working on something else. Something you have no need to worry about. No importance to you. The cat shook his head again. Too frightened to say more. What else could he say? That man wouldn't get away with this. That the man wouldn't get away with this. How would he know if he would? How did he know if he would? After all, no one knew he was down here. He could be trapped here for days, or even weeks. Be tortured by this man, and his friends would think he was somewhere else, safe and sound. He didn't feel safe. He was scared, frightened, and alone. He needed to stop this man, to get away from him. Now, tell me the truth, cat, the man mused as well. Did you know that the men were in your world since the very beginning? No, I didn't, the cat replied, crying out in pain as the man kicked him. Don't lie to me, cat. You know better, the man snapped. I'm not lying, the cat insisted, crying out again as the man kicked him again. Yeah, definitely not for under 13. Seems like you are to me, the man said with a cold smile. You're delusional, the cat stated, only to get himself kicked again. Stop doing that! I won't stop until you tell me the truth, the man sneered. But I am. Can't you see that? The cat insisted. I only see a traitor who's trying very hard to keep his status as an innocent YouTuber. Saying, why would a YouTuber want to help men who want to kill him? The cat asked. Why don't you answer that, cat? Since you seem to know more than you were letting on, the man said with a cold smile. But I'm innocent, the cat pleaded, crying out again, whimpering in pain as he struggled to failed to get away from the man. Please, leave me alone. Not until you tell me the truth, the man said. The cat started crying out again in his attempt to get through to the man. He wouldn't listen. He didn't care. He was willing to hurt him to get what he wanted. The cat could feel himself shaking as he shook his head, tears falling down his face as he tried to find something to hold on to. He was helpless down here. No one was coming to help him. He was alone. He wasn't coming out of this awful place ever again. Was this really what he deserved? No. He knew better than that. He had done nothing wrong. Nothing that would even consider him to be a potential traitor. He was Stampy Cat. He could never betray anyone. He'd never leave his friends to die so he could save himself. Why was this man accusing him of things that he knew he would never do? Why did he always have to find himself in trouble? This time, it wasn't his doing. Gerald was the one who was accusing him, who was threatening him. And he would continue to do so until the cat relented. But he had been telling him the truth. What did he have to hide? Why was he so scared? Why did he be so alone? Chapter 17. Sam woke up the next morning, climbing out of bed into another new day. He looked out of the bedroom window and could see the sun shining in the sky. Certainly looked and felt a lot brighter and more cheerful, if it wasn't already. Yet, even as the boy looked out of his window, he couldn't stop thinking about what had happened with his friend that last night. The boy had noticed that he had been acting different acting differently. More than usual for the past few days. But he had assumed that it was just because he'd missed his home. But wouldn't he tell him if that was the case? The boy wasn't sure. Maybe he was just overreacting. After all, if Stampy wanted to talk to him about something, he would. He trusted his friend, just as the cat trusted him. Just needed to give him some time. The boy went over to the bedroom door and opened it into the hallway. Looking around the empty hall, he noticed straight away that Liam's and Dan's rooms were empty. Their doors were open. The boy could probably guess where they would be, since Liam did have a bit of catching up to do to get to where he was at. But the older boy knew that he would get there eventually. He stepped out into the hallway and turned over to where the cat's bedroom would be. He knew his friend deserved some alone time now and again, but he wanted to be sure everything was alright. He couldn't shake the feeling that something seemed off. Not only had Stampy been a whole lot quieter, but he seemed to be more hesitant to say anything at all. Very quick to push any concerns aside, saying he was fine. Again, maybe he was just getting used to the place, missing his home. Maybe he just wanted to be alone, find a way to cope with the uncertainty, but Sam wasn't sure that was the case. Stampy had always been willing to talk about things, and tried to be honest as best he could. But the cat he'd seen last night wasn't the cat he knew. His friend had seemed frightened about something for one quick moment, before disguising it with a smile. But what could he be afraid of? How did he know what his friend was feeling? How could he ever understand what someone was going through? His thoughts were interrupted when he heard a door open. And the boy looked up to find, to his surprise, Gerald walking out of the cat's bedroom, alone. "Look like you're finally up," the man grunted with a short greeting. "What were you doing in Stampy's room?" Sam asked, suspicion. "I was just cleaning out the space," the man said matter-of-factly. "Eli called me early this morning. Drew another safe house to make communicator, and he told me that Stampy had to be moved to another safe house to make sure he was safer. Since after all, having more than one YouTuber in one place could be very risky." "Oh," Sam said, unsure what to say. What the man had told him. "Couldn't you have at least waited until we could say goodbye?" "He needed to be moved sooner rather than later," the man said simply. "Just be glad he's somewhere safer." "Okay," Sam said quietly. "Then I can at least check in his room to make sure he didn't forget anything." The man smirked. "I cleared out everything, but I don't think it'll hurt to take a second look." "I won't be long, I promise," Sam assured him. The man laughed. "Take your time, kid. It has one more thing off my long list of things to do." "Glad I could be of help, sir," Sam said cheerfully as Gerald passed by him and went towards the stairs. Sam watched as the man disappeared from sight, brought up him feeling hurt, sad, and confused all at once. It wasn't like his friend to do at all to simply disappear like that. He would have made sure to at least say goodbye to him, even if it meant waking him up in the middle of the night to do so. Why he was so nervous last night? Why would he be so unsure about telling him about something like that? Why would he be scared about it? He wasn't sure, but something didn't seem to add up between these two stories. He had to get to the bottom of this. Sam walked over to the bed. It was still open, and walked into the bedroom. Sure enough, most of it had been cleared out. The sheets on the bed had been changed, and the chests looked to have been nearly emptied. The boy walked over to one of the chests and opened it, finding nothing but scraps at the bottom of the storage compartment. "Wow, you really made sure everything was cleared out," the boy muttered to himself, sounding a bit disappointed as he looked around the room, getting to his feet as he backed up. Suddenly, He noticed something he hadn't noticed before when he had been in the room plenty of times before. There seemed to be a little bump in the wall that looked to be the shape of a button. It looked relatively camouflaged with the wall. The boy was surprised to see it there. No doubt his time with his brother helped him to be able to spot secrets with relative ease. But what was it doing here? Why didn't he see it anywhere else? The boy walked over to the place where he had seen the button and reached out, feeling its rough texture before pressing it, unsure of what he was supposed to expect. Suddenly, the boy stepped back, surprised, as an opening appeared in the wall, and it had stairs leading downward. But where to? He needed to check it out, now that his curiosity had raised its peak. He cautiously walked down the stairs, unsure of what he would find at the bottom. But it was definitely a good idea to be careful. Better to be safe than sorry. As he took his descent, he started to hear a couple of voices drifting towards him from the bottom of the staircase. "This wouldn't be so difficult for you if you told me the truth, traitor," a familiar voice said, and a shiver ran through the boy's spine, his spine. The boy's spine as he recognized it. It can't be who we thought it was, could it? How had he gotten down here so fast? Was there a second secret entrance into this room than the one he was using? "Please, you can't do this," the second voice whimpered. His voice was shaking with fear and pain. The boy swallowed as he recognized the voice. What was Stampy doing down here? How had he gotten down here? Why did Gerald think he was a traitor? Why not? Who you think I am, I promise. "Sure you are," the man said with a sneer. The cat yelped in pain, and the boy could hear soft sobs coming from the room. He finished his descent down the stairs and hid behind the door. The boy peeked through the small window, trying to see what was going on. "Just please," the cat pleaded. "Please, leave me alone." "I won't leave you alone until you tell me the truth," Anne replied coldly. "No sooner, no later." "But I have been telling you the truth," the cat insisted, crying out in pain as the man kicked him. The boy could feel anger boiling up inside of him as he watched his friends being mistreated by the man. Couldn't the man realize that what he was doing was wrong? Should he go in there and do something about it? What could he do about it? Suddenly, the boy watched as the man paused from his interrogation, looking up and over his shoulder. The man stepped away from the cowering cat and locked the iron door that led into the cell. "I'll come back later. Just need to make sure everything is as it should be." The man mused, with a cold smile. "You won't get away with this," the cat insisted. The boy seeing tears pouring down his friend's face as he huddled into one corner of the cell, shaking with fear and pain. "I think I have," the man said with a chuckle. "None of your friends know you're down here, and they believe that you're off somewhere else. They won't be worried about you anytime soon. It's for their own good." "No," the kid said, shaking his head as the man smiled coldly. "You're wrong. You can't be there to tell them otherwise. Nor can you." The man said with a cold laugh. "You're stuck down here. I get what I need. You're stuck down here until I get what I need from you. But even then, you might have to face your punishment first. For both lying to me and causing so much chaos for all of us." "But I'm not a traitor," the cat insisted. "Bold words for the liar," the man said with a cold smile, before turning and pressing a hidden button, disappearing through an opening, leaving the cat also in silence. His sobs could be heard. The boy waited for a moment or two, wanting to make sure that the man wouldn't come back before he slowly opened the door and stepped aside. The cat didn't seem to have noticed his arrival. The boy walked up to the cell, watching his friend, feeling his heart sink with sympathy. His friend obviously had been through a lot. And now, needed his help. Couldn't you leave him here and murder that crazy man? "Stampy," the cat whispered. The boy whispered. "What is going on with me today?" kneeling down at the entrance of the cell, wanting to get his friend's attention. Cat didn't respond at first. After the boy called his name again, the cat looked up. A look of pain and uncertainty in his green eyes. "Is this Sam?" Cat asked, sitting up as he saw the boy, groaning as he looked at the boy. There was a look of surprise and confusion on his friend's face, also relief. "But what are you doing here? How did you find me?" "There's no time for that," the boy said quietly, getting to his feet as he opened the iron door with the lever that was beside it. "We need to get you out of here." The cat nodded and looked away from the boy as he said, "I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I wanted to. It's just, I was scared." "It's okay," the boy whispered, leaning down to help his friend to his feet. "Just about everything. By the sounds of it, you need my help." "I'm not even sure you can help," the cat admitted softly. "We can get you out of here," the boy pointed out with a smile. "We can do this, one step at a time." The cat nodded and leaned against the boy as Sam led him towards the secret entrance, toward the stairs that would lead to the bedroom. "I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask me, though. Right now, I want to make sure you're safe first." The boy held him. "Questions can wait." The cat managed a sad smile as the boy helped him up the stairs, looking over his shoulder every so often, hoping they weren't being pursued by Gerald. That man certainly wouldn't be happy after he discovered that his victim had escaped. It didn't take them long before they made it to the top of the stairs, Sam leading his friend out of the cat's old bedroom and towards his own. "We'll stay here for a bit, okay? You look like you haven't slept for days." "Did you feel exhausted?" The cat breathed stifling and yawned, and he shook his head sadly. "You're not mad at me, are you? You don't think less of me because of what that man claimed?" "I know you much better than he does," Sam said matter-of-factly. "Dan knows you better than anyone here. You're innocent, Stampy. I know that through and through." "Thank you," the cat said quietly, "for doing this. You didn't have to. You're my friend. That's what friends do," the boy said with a smile as he pushed the bedroom door open and walked outside. "We're there for each other, no matter what, even if everyone else has left us in the dark." "Not everyone," the cat said honestly. "No, you're right about that. Not everyone. Just Gerald." The boy said with a frown. "Why did he think you were a traitor, though?" "Those men were in my world for a long time, and he believed that I knew about them since the beginning, and that he claimed that I betrayed my friend to save my own skin. You wouldn't do that, would you? Would you?" the boy asked, startled. He shook his head. "It doesn't matter whatever the threat is. If someone cared about was in danger, I'd risk my life and safety to make sure they were safe first. Whether it was my dogs, my helpers, or even you. I'd rather die than turn any of them over to those men." Sam smiled. "I believe you." "I'm glad," the cat replied sincerely. The boy led the cat over to the bed that was by the window, planning to find another bed somewhere else to move it in here. The only problem was the fact that he wasn't sure it was a good idea. "Why don't you take a seat?" Sam asked. "I need to do a couple of things before we do anything else." "Like what?" the cat asked, swallowing nervously as he looked over to the door. "It won't be long," Sam told him quietly. "I just need to tell Dan and Liam about what's going on and find you a bed." The cat nodded. "Are you sure I'll be safe here? And Gerald won't try to come after me?" "If he does, give me a holler," the boy said simply, "and I'll come back running." The cat nodded and smiled. "Okay. Just be careful, all right?" the boy asked him gently. "I trust you," the cat admitted. "I can wait here until you come back. Please, don't be long." "Only one call away, Stampy," the boy assured him. "Oh, I don't think Gerald would try anything so soon." "He might, if he really wants to get to me," the cat replied bitterly, looking to the floor, watching his feet as they hung over the bed. "I won't be far," Sam assured him again. "I don't," the cat replied. "But do we really need to tell them? They have a right to know what's been happening to their friend." The boy pointed out. "This isn't a secret you should hide, Stampy." "I see that now," the cat said. I am sorry I didn't say anything sooner." You were scared. You didn't know what to do, the boy told him. I can't blame you for that. Next time, if anything that is going on, tell me as soon as possible. Or at least, someone you can trust. I will, the cat promised as the boy looked at him one more time before heading toward the door. It didn't take him long before he'd left the bedroom, making sure the hallway was empty before walking into the room across from the room he'd just been in. Where through the window he could see his brother practicing with the YouTuber, or Dan. The boy went to open the window, pushing it up as he looked down to his friends, calling out to them until they looked up. Hey, Sam, Liam said cheerfully. What's going on up there? Well, that's something I want to talk to you guys about, the boy said with uncertainty. It's about Stampy. What happened? Dan asked, sounding concerned. I'd rather talk about it in a more private place, Sam said simply. In a safer way. It's safer that way. What about Gerald? Shouldn't you know about any of this? After all, it is his safe house, Sam replied with a shrug. Sam shook his head. No, he already knows. I'll explain everything up here. Promise. Okay, Liam said with a nod. We'll be up there as soon as we can. Good, Sam said with relief. Glad to know his friends were willing to drop anything to help one another, even if he was being pretty mysterious about it. Liam seemed to trust him, and so did Dan. Whatever came next, they'd be ready for it. But before the boy could decide that it was time to go, he heard a scream from inside the house that made him jump, turning his blood cold as he realized what it was. What's going on up there? Dan asked. I need to make sure Stampy's all right, the boy replied. We'll be right with you, Liam said matter-of-factly. Thanks, guys, Hammond said with a nod. He really needs to be surrounded by friends right now. The boy turned back to the bedroom where he was in and began to run into the hallway, hearing a cry for help not too far away. He knew where it was, who it was, and the thought angered him. Why was this happening? Didn't the man realize the crazy things he was doing? If Rose and Eli were here now, they would have never tolerated it. But they weren't, which meant that he had to step up for his friend. He would, no matter what it took. 18. This might be the final one for now. Stampy sat quietly on the bed, not sure of what to do. He wanted to do a lot of things, but he wasn't sure what he wanted to do first. He was exhausted, but he was also hungry. He hadn't had his breakfast yet, but the cat looked over to the chest against the far wall, his bedroom, as the thought came to him. He didn't want to leave the room and go downstairs to the kitchen. He didn't trust that Gerald wouldn't try anything. He would if he got a chance, and by the looks of it, he preferred to do things behind closed doors, which terrified him. The cat didn't want to be alone, but he knew that Sam would be back shortly. Maybe he should have asked him for something to eat. The cat let out a sigh as he stood up from the bed and went over to the chest, hoping to find anything there that would satisfy his hunger. It didn't have to be cake, even though he preferred to have that for breakfast. He just needed something so that he could think a little bit. He needed to focus on things that mattered, rather than things that scared him so much. Gerald was terrifying, but he couldn't hurt him now. He was with his friends. Well, his friends were nearby anyway. He made it to the chest easily enough as he opened it, rummaging through it to see if there was anything there. But when he didn't find anything, he shook his head and closed the chest, trying to decide what he should do. Part of him wanted to go downstairs, but he didn't want to do it alone. He wasn't even sure if it was safe for him to even be alone. That man was still around. Gerald was capable of pulling through with his threats. He found out that the cat had escaped, and his friends had learned of what had happened. The cat shook his head, getting to his feet as he tried to get the thought out of his mind. He didn't need to be afraid of that man. He had no right to do whatever he had done to him. No right to threaten him, imprison him, torturing him because of speculation. Then why were they still scared? He had nothing to hide. He wasn't a traitor. He didn't think you would ever be capable of ever doing something like that. He was innocent. But then why did the men scare him so much? Was it his threats? His overbearing power over him? He had no right to do what he had done to him. He was safe now. Away from that man. He'd think twice before trying to get to him again. The cat hoped he would. He didn't want to be wrong. He didn't want to be alone with the man again. He didn't want to be at his mercy, alone and afraid. But would that ever be possible here? Was it possible that the man could manipulate his friends into believing his lies and having full control of what he'd do to him? No. His friends knew the truth. The man knew nothing about him. All he knew were the assumptions, which were not true at all. Suddenly, before the cat could think about anything else, the door swung open and the cat whirled around to see Gerald into the room, tall and determined, closing the door behind him as he went in. The cat took a step back, unsure of what to do with the surprise arrival. How had the man found him so quickly? What did he want with him? Why was he so determined to get to him? Get to the bottom of what he felt was the truth. It looks like you found yourself out of that little cell, the man said simply. Wouldn't you like to fill me in on how? What are you doing in here? The cat asked, not wanting to answer the man's question. Do you know why I'm here? The man sneered. Did you tell anyone what was going on? The cat shook his head. Sam already knew when he found me. He heard everything. Is that so? The man said, raising an eyebrow. You didn't tell him? I didn't, the cat insisted. You have no right to bully me like this. Like what? The man said with a chuckle. You're a supposed traitor. I can't trust you won't do anything if I let you stay out in the open. Keep you in line. But I'm not a traitor, the cat said. The man took a step further. The cat stepped backward, wanting so badly to push the man aside and run out of the room, but he doubted that he would be strong enough to do that. You can't do this to me. I can do whatever I want, cat, the man sneered. Because I'm in charge here. Your friends better realize it pretty quickly. Someone may get hurt. And that would probably be you. Swallowed, taking another step back, but the man lunged toward him as the cat went to dodge, crying out when the man tackled him to the floor. The cat groaned as the man pinned him down, struggling to get away. But he wasn't going anywhere. Not with the man on top of him. Get off me! The cat pleaded as he struggled harder. Not until you get what you deserve for disobeying me, the man sneered. The cat heard the sound of a dagger being extended. Blood ran cold. The man wasn't going to seriously hurt him, was he? But I didn't, the cat pleaded, for crying out again as the man slapped him across the back of the head. Don't talk back to me, cat, the man snapped, or it'll get much worse for you. Stop threatening me, the cat whispered quietly, wondering if he should call out for the boy. Would he be able to stop the man in time? I hope so. Please. This is my safe house, cat. I get to make the rules, the man said darkly. The cat could see a glint of an iron dagger from the corner of his eye as he shuddered. You have to follow them, or face the consequences, traitor. But I'm not, the cat protested, getting slapped in the head again for his efforts. The cat could feel the man's eyes on him as he could feel his fear bubbling inside of him. Wanting so badly to get out of here. Should he scream? Cry for help? He had to do something. No, I don't need you to need you, the man said quietly. The cat watched the dagger in the man's hands warily. Tell me the truth, and I might spare you from this. But I have been, the cat declared. His eyes widening and the man tightened his grip on the hilt of the dagger. No, you haven't, cat. All you have told me are lies, the man snapped. Just tell me what you're hiding, or I'll punish you. No. The cat shook his head as he screamed, the man slapping him across the head as he tried to struggle. The blade hadn't even come anywhere close to him yet, but he was already terrified. Be quiet, the man sneered, coming close to him. Well, I'll make sure you regret it. You've already told me that, the cat said bitterly. Please, just leave me alone. Why would I miss out on a perfect opportunity like this? The man sneered as he played with the blade, watching the cat curiously. Torture? Cat gasped, feeling the weight increase as he was pinned harder to the floor. You need air. You need to get out of here. You need it. You don't know anything about torture, cat, the man said with amusement as he held the blade only a few feet from the cat. Stampy squirmed, but he couldn't budge. No, couldn't move from his position. Not yet, anyway. Please don't do this, the cat pleaded, tears filling his eyes as he coughed for air. He was wasting most of his energy and struggling to get free. He wasn't strong enough. He was too weak, too easy for the man to get to. He was nothing for him, to him, nothing but a supposed traitor and a victim. I will. The man sneered as he came closer, pinning hard as he groaned in pain. Stop! The kid groaned. Please, someone help me. No one is coming to help you, cat. The man snapped, slapping the cat across the back of the head again. I can't breathe, the cat said weakly. The man smiled as he brought the blade closer. The cat could feel its point beginning to dig into his back. Couldn't move. He dare not. Well, that makes your pain a little more intriguing. Suddenly, before the man could do anything, the door suddenly sprung open, forcing the man to sit upright. Still staring at the cat, but at least the dagger was gone. The cat looked up weakly to see Sam standing by the doorway, looking not too pleased about what he was seeing. What's the meaning of this, Gerald? The boy snapped. See now what it looks like, boy, the man replied calmly. I think exactly what I think it looks like, the boy said disapprovingly. First you lied to me about my friend's whereabouts, and now you're trying to kill him? Couldn't you kill him? He said, rolling his eyes as he said, only punishing him for disobeying me. For what? Escaping your prison? Not being able to tell us what's going on? You know how crazy that sounds, Gerald, the boy demanded. You don't have the right to treat people like this. Sure, you might be in charge, but it doesn't give you the right to accuse innocent people and threaten to hurt them. Says who? You? The man scoffed, shaking his head as he held the dagger in his hands carefully, making the cat feel uncomfortable. But it didn't amount to the crushing weight that man was putting on him. You know, when Eli and Rose find out about this, they won't approve, the boy warned. We're gonna believe a little bunch of children like you and your little friends over me. I have more experience in these kind of things, the man sneered. You know the lesson, the boy said. You're a liar, a cheat, threatening innocent people when you shouldn't be. And I don't appreciate you doing things secretly behind doors. The man laughed coldly. That's how I always do things, boy. Just like this little traitorous friend you have here. Not a traitor, the cat gasped, feeling sore as he weakly struggled against the man. He was starting to see dark spots in his vision as he tried not to think of the pain. Get off him, Gerald, the boy warned. Should I? The man scowled. I don't listen to me children who had no experience. Saved his life back in his world, the boy replied, raising an eyebrow. Never improved my combat training. I think I have some experience. You know nothing, boy. You never will understand what this world is really like. What? What traitors like him are capable of, the man sneered, and the cat watched in horror as the man lifted the dagger, threatening to send it downward. Do something, the cat cried, coughing in pain. The boy lunged at the man, and the blade began to fall. The boy knocked the man off the cat, sending the dagger flying harmlessly to the ground. The cat gasped for air, shaking his head as tears began to fall down his face. "You okay?" the boy asked his friend, coming to his side. I'll be fine," the cat said between gasps of air, looking up as the man rose to his feet, afraid to his eyes. The cat wanted to hide from those eyes, to be anywhere but here. He was frightened, exhausted, and vulnerable. Why did it have to hurt so much? "Do you think you can really stop me, boy?" the man sneered as Sam stood up after the man did, standing in front of the cat defensively. "Do you really want to trust someone like him? You don't even know what he's capable of." "I know more than you do," the boy said confidently. The man laughed, shaking his head in amusement. "He may look innocent, boy, but he's dangerous to be around. It's too much of a coincidence that he just shows up out of nowhere, even with the men watching him for as long as they did. Why didn't they attack sooner when they had so many chances to? Why does he appear now when we didn't even know he existed? Those men knew about the world before the cause did," the boy pointed out blandly, "and they made sure the cause wouldn't fight it. But they didn't get away with what they were planning. What if their plan was to put him in the middle of this all along, to use him as a way to get into our system and destroy everything?" the man asked coldly. "What proof do you have of that?" the boy demanded. "That's what I was doing before you came in here," the man snapped. "Threatening an ally is never the answer. We're supposed to be protecting the YouTubers, not threatening them," the boy replied. "We're not like our enemy." "Do you even know what that even means? You don't know what our enemy is even capable of. And to be fair, it's far worse than anything I've ever done to him so far." Stampy whimpered as he scrambled back against the wall, too exhausted to stand, too sore to even sit up. The man's eyes were still on him, though. Cold hatred within him, terrifying beyond belief. "That doesn't give you the right to hurt someone without having a valid reason," the boy said. "You don't have proof that he betrayed anyone. Only assumptions. And they don't mean anything in the real world." The man managed to smile. "At least you have that right, boy. But don't you worry. I will find proof. And when I do, you'll regret even helping him today." "I don't think I will," the boy snapped angrily. "See about that," the man scowled as he lunged for his dagger, but the boy cut him off, sending him back a few steps. "Leave us alone," the boy replied. "That's my warning to you." "And what are you going to do? Tell your aunt?" the man laughed. "I'm the only one here who knows how to use a communicator, as we know of. And I've hidden it somewhere where you'll never find it. Like him can't use it." "They'll be back, and I'll tell them that," the boy said simply. "It isn't too late, first," the man sneered. "I don't trust that cat as far as I can throw him. He's hiding something from us, and it's dangerous. You have to let me deal with him before he ruins everything." "He's innocent," the boy said defiantly. "He has done nothing wrong." "We'll see about that. Now look, please," the man said with a cold smile. "Excuse me, I have things to tend to." "Good, so long as it's far away from my friend. I'm fine with it," the boy said, lifting his chin to look as confident as he could. The man laughed, not saying anything more, as he walked out of the room, passing Dan and Liam as they disappeared. They disappeared around a corner. Sam looked over at his friends, who looked surprised and confused before he beckoned them inside. "Be sure to close the door behind you," the boy told them, as he went over to his friend. "That man didn't hurt you, did he?" The cat groaned, relieved to see the boy's expression of concern. He hadn't believed what Gerald had told him. He still saw him as someone being accused of something he didn't do. Just seeing his friends around him helped him feel safer. "I don't think so," the cat sighed. It's not as bad at least. Just sore. Maybe a healing potion will help? Dan offered, giving out a bottle and handing it to the cat. Are you sure you won't need it? The cat asked with uncertainty, looking at the potion. I'll be fine. There's more where that came from. The YouTuber chuckled. Besides, you need it more than I do. Okay. Cat nodded, grateful for his friend's generosity. He opened the bottle and downed the potion, which was warm and smooth as he drank it. It instantly soothed the pain he was feeling, which was a huge relief. You still look pretty exhausted, though, Liam pointed out. Have you been having trouble sleeping? The cat nodded. That man came into my room every night since I came here. He would interrogate me and threaten to hurt me. I felt I'd feel sore afterward, even after he gave me a potion. And it was hard to sleep. He brought me down to that awful place. Cat shook his head, not wanting to finish that sentence. Tears filled his eyes as he felt arms wrap around him. Cat looked up to see Sam was embracing him, helping him to his feet. Come on, you need some sleep, the boy whispered to him. Tell everyone what happened. You sure it'll be safe? The cat asked quietly. Not leaving this room, the boy said confidently. Not while you're here, anyway. I shouldn't have left you alone. You would have found a way around it anyway. The cat sighed with bitterness. The boy smiled and nodded. Put him into bed. Get some rest. You need it. Okay. The cat nodded as he laid his head down on the pillow, hearing Dan asking the boy a few questions he didn't catch, but the boy answered them smoothly and easily, easing the cat's nervousness. He was safe. He wasn't alone. He had no reason to be scared. He was going to be okay. And those were the last thoughts in his mind as he drifted off to sleep. He was relatively peaceful, and he hoped it would stay that way. Well, the next chapter is chapter 19. And yeah, I'm going to stop there because it's long enough and my throat is starting to be fun. Well, yeah. I'm going to end here. And yep, you can always watch back later. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have this in the playlist once it's finished processing, because these ones take a little longer. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.